Hey guys, it's Sarah. Thank you so much for watching. So today's video is going to be another palette bingo, and today we're going to be using the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. I love this palette, especially for this time of year. I feel like it's just so classic and beautiful. And so if you've never seen a palette bingo before, I believe that Emily Noel was the person who originally came up with this idea. Love her. But I'm gonna be using a random number generator to pick 5 shadows from this palette, and we're gonna create a look out of them. Pretty cohesive color story, so I don't think it'll be too challenging, but I do think it'll just be a fun way to revisit this palette. And if you do have this palette, maybe it'll give you some ideas for ways to use it. So let's get into it. So I'm pulling up my Pretty Random app, and I'm just putting 1 through 14. And by the way I'll be numbering these is just 1 through 7 on the top row and then 8 through 14 on the bottom row. And let's see what we get. So I got 8. That is one of my favorite shades in this palette, Dusty Rose. There's that. If you know me, you know I love that kind of shade. Next, got 1. Awesome, that is the shade Tempera, which is just a super basic cream color. Doesn't really show up in a swatch because it almost matches my skin tone, but I really like that shade. It's great for blending, great for highlighting the brow bone, just a really useful shade. Right, next I got 10. 7, 8, and 10. All right, got Burnt Orange, just another matte shade. Medium warm brown, I would say. There's that one. 10 again. So let's pick another one. 5. Ooh, okay, that is the shade Sultry, which is that really shimmery brownish plum. This was in my first round of eyeshadow roulette earlier this year. I don't know if you guys remember that, but it's a very flaky shade, like super flaky. Let's try not to get this everywhere. But it is really pretty. There's that one. Gotta be careful with that shade though, because it is intense. And finally, let's pick our 5th and final shade, 11. And that is Sienna, which is a slightly deeper warm brown. A lot of medium tones. All right, I'm just gonna start. I don't really know what I'm gonna do here with all these shades, but I'm just gonna start with Burnt Orange and just start throwing that in the crease. And then I'm gonna take a slightly smaller crease brush and go into Sienna and keep that one targeted a little bit more just in the crease. Almost winging that crease out a little bit, just for fun. All right, I want to pack Dusty Rose and kind of just pack it all over the lid. And then I may use Sultry, the metallic shade, as a topper over that shade, but I'm just kind of winging it right now. I don't really know where this look is going, honestly. I kind of just like that. It's rare that I would put a matte shade all over the lid and just leave it, but I want to start doing that more often just because, I don't know, it's just pretty. I'm normally like all about the shimmer, but I really like the way that looks too. I think from here, I'm gonna take Sultry, that shimmer shade, and just pat that all over the lid on top of Dusty Rose. I kind of want to see how that looks over Dusty Rose. I think I've never tried that before, so it may not look any different than it normally does, but we'll see. Tapping off the excess very generously. Sorry guys, Heidi is very restless right now. I'm trying to teach her that that is not the way to get what she wants. So I just have to ignore it. It's actually really pretty. I'm not patting much of this on. I kind of just want it to be a subtle wash of shimmer as opposed to like a super metallic shade. But I'm just taking it all across the lid from the inner to the outer corner. I'm not really gonna do like a targeted outer corner shade or anything. I just want this shade to stand alone. Just going back and blending now. Okay, so the last shade is Tempera, which is just that matte cream color. And I'm just gonna use that as my brow bone highlight, like usual. It's just a great shade for that. It's also just great for blending out all the other shadows. But I feel like that kind of covered up some of the burnt orange shade, so I'm just gonna go back with that shade just like right above the crease to make sure it's showing up. By the way, I've already done foundation, concealer, powder, and bronzer, and also my brows. I also primed my eyelids. I feel like that kind of goes without saying because I always do that. I think I'm gonna just use those 5 shades and nothing else from this palette just to kind of make this a little bit more of a challenge. Not that it's that challenging, but for the lower lash line, I'm just gonna use, I think I'm gonna use a combo of burnt orange and sienna and just very lightly smudge that on the lower lash line. I don't want this to get too smoky. And then I'm just gonna highlight my inner corner with tempera as well. All right, I'm gonna do some liner and mascara. I'm gonna use my Jordana 12-Hour Made to Last pencil in black point to tight line, and then I'm gonna do a wing with NYX Epic Ink, both of which are in my project pan. And then I'm gonna throw on some of my Jordana Best Lash Extreme Volumizing Mascara. Look at what happened to this cap, you guys. It cracked. So I'm thinking that might be the end of this mascara pretty soon because I imagine that's probably gonna let some air into the tube and cause it to dry out. That's just my guess. So it's okay. I think I've had this open for at least 3 months now, so. Ooh, I just sharpened this pencil and it's like so nice and precise. Wow. So I need to finish up my cheeks. So I'm gonna use the Milani powder blush in Romantic Rose as my blush. Duh. I feel like this blush just goes with Soft Glam so perfectly. Like I said, I already have bronzer on. I'm wearing the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Really like that stuff. Heidi's being so good now. She had a little fit and now she's just relaxing on the top of her little kitty condo. And then for highlight, I'm gonna use my Physicians Formula Natural Nude Shimmer Strips highlighter. Haven't used this in a hot minute and I really like it. I'm gonna target my brush more in the rosy section down here. I love how this highlight is, it's soft, yet it really does show up, but it's not like so in your face that it's like you're wearing a strip of metallic highlighter on your cheekbone. I think on the lips, I want to wear another classic, Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. I also just think that this lipstick and Soft Glam are just like a match made in heaven. Okay, so there is the look. Really did enjoy this group of colors. At first I was kind of like, what am I gonna do with those? Like they're all kind of medium tones except for tempera, but I kind of like this soft smoky eye we have going on. I really did like the way that Sultry layered over Dusty Rose. I think it kind of softened up that shade and gave it a little bit of a base, kind of brought out the more mauve-y tones of that shade. So yeah, hopefully this gave you some ideas for ways to use your Soft Glam, or if you have similar palettes with similar colors, pull it back out, get some use out of it. I feel like it's perfect for this fall time, holiday time, so hope you guys enjoyed this palette bingo. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I definitely plan to do more of these because I just think they're really fun, so let me know what palette you'd like to see next. I've also done e.l.f. Earth and Ocean, and then also e.l.f. Opposites Attract. So this is my 3rd one, but happy to do more. Just let me know what you'd like to see, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.